Hi, my name is Eric. I'm working on some faces that you can talk to. All right, let me demo. Okay, this is this web app. You can use it to create interactive experiences where you talk to different characters. Okay, so I did have yesterday a totally different way of editing this dialogue here, which I call a spiel, and I abandoned it. So I started thinking like some of the effects I wanted to have, like a selected line, just a validation around entering in some information, maybe some formatting. I couldn't do it with what I had before, which is just kind of like a simple text box where all of the information was at. But it didn't take me too long to switch over to this other way, which is just a bunch of HTML elements instead of one text box. And you go to one line that you want to change, and you double click it, and it brings up a little box. And I started to write code to finish this up. Didn't get all the way done. So when I click update, it doesn't actually change anything. In this session, which is going to last less than an hour, maybe 50 minutes, something like that, I'm going to make it so that it changes the dialogue. That's all I'm going to do. And I'll try to do it fast. Some nights I just don't have that much time, you know? Some nights I just don't have much time. This is one of them. But I like to get a little bit done every day. Makes me feel good. Also got GitHub Copilot pair programming with me here. It's making little suggestions about what I should be typing in. And while most of the time I would say, oh, fuck off. I don't need your help. GitHub Copilot is actually pretty good with the suggestions. So I've been listening to it. Okay, so where was the dialogue? Here it is. Edit spiel, no dialogue. I don't have all of the different things you can edit here yet. I do have a couple things you can edit, character and dialogue. The ones that are still missing are to do, let's see. See, this is the power of Copilot. It's saying, what about validation? You want to do validation? You've got validation in other places. This doesn't look like it has any validation. You want validation? Yeah, eventually. You're right. Dang it. I have to go along with your suggestion. Particularly for the on submit, I want something that will disable it. Right now I have, oh, you know what? I'm giving it too much credit. All it did is it said you have a comment above it says to do validation, and then it repeated it below as a suggestion. So never mind. So the problem with this kind of thing is it's easy for me to interpret something as being smarter than it is. It's the problem they had with Eliza, one of the old ancestors of ChatGPT back in the 70s. Maybe earlier, maybe it was the 60s. Yeah. Anyways. To do, the other stuff was emotion and replies. Okay. But I want on submit to put together I think a new node. I have it put together a node. Let's try that first. On submit. Create node to submit. And then we'll pass in dialogue character. Here. See, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's Copilot. No, is that Copilot? No, that's Writer. That's Writer IDE. Okay, now here's what you think you might be able to do. It's actually wrong. It's not following what I want to do. So let's do dialogue string, and let's do character string. See if we can figure out the return type. Nope. It is not able to figure out the return type. Okay. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty friggin' good. I'm gonna save it there for a moment. That was the Copilot suggested thing. So in this case, it's saying, oh, you need to return a spiel node? Well, I went and looked up what a spiel node actually is, and here are all the values of it plugged in for you. Now this is not right, but let's see if I can do this with the class a little bit more nicely. Const spiel node equals new, yeah, like that. And then sometimes I wish it would. Yeah, maybe if I put this in comments. Just hoping it would just tell me like what are the expected values, but that's okay. I can just go and look at it myself. Spiel node, you will take a line and replies. So I have to create a spiel line as well. Spiel line takes constructor, dialogue, emotion. Okay. These are things I can put together. Line and replies. That looks close to right. Let's do emotion and say const emotion. Emotion equals emotion neutral. Okay. Spiel line. Interesting to watch Writer and Copilot competing with each other to give suggestions. Writer doesn't do too bad, to be honest. Okay, hold on. Spiel line, what was it? Character, dialogue, emotion. I could leave off emotion, but it's better to keep it for now. Okay, then let's get rid of this. Do const. Yeah, but the better way to do this is yeah, I was gonna put that. Thank you. Yeah, some good suggestions there actually. Okay. This becomes dialogue array. Okay, why is it balking at emotion? It's probably one of those weird export nonsense things. Or I have two separate declarations of emotion. That's the more likely one. So I've got it defined in SL spiel, but I probably also have a redundant one in SL web face. So let's take a look. Events, emotions. Yeah, I think I've declared it 2 times. Okay. You know what? For now, I'm going to leave it off. Const replies equals, yeah, that, but let's make it the right kind of empty array. I'll give myself a little note here to remind myself. Yeah, see, that's pretty good. Yeah, it keeps on saying the thing that I should remember. It got that from, I don't know where it got that from. It's kind of true. Yeah. Quite clever, this little thing. Or quite good at tricking me into thinking it's clever. One of the two. Both of the two. There is a duplicate set of definitions. Yes, you're right. My God. That's amazing. But look, but here's why it's amazing. Okay, so there's been a lot of criticism about ChatGPT that that it's just glorified autocomplete. I can tell you that I never wrote this description anyplace. All I did is I wrote there's a duplicate set of definitions, and then it popped in the 2 places where there are 2 definitions. So it almost feels like there is something that is treating this not just as symbols, but as a concept, and it's actually checking in the projects. Or I got fooled by some weird bit of cleverness that happened to turn up a very useful set of text. But that just amazes me. Okay. So I didn't need this approach, but this approach would have worked. This would have been, don't use the constructor to get the object that you are hoping to get. Just return it. But it's a little bit better to use a constructor, because if there's some kind of logic in there that's validating parameters or doing something to manipulate them, then that contract will be honored. And if the things that get passed in later on change, then I'll get a compile time break or a compilation error. Okay. Okay, so that will create a node to submit based on the form data. This will get passed back to the callback, which should go up to spiels screen, and the on submit does not yet have anything created for it, but that can change pretty easy. Node, and then we say update, let's see, update node from edit. Update node, let's just say update node. Okay, so we'll do, let's call this next node. Okay, and over here we'll pass in next node, but we also need to pass in spiel. Yeah, spiel will have something selected, so that should actually be revision. Spiel, okay. Then probably worth suggesting, I'm just thinking elsewhere, did I use the same order? Set revision, then set modal? I think I did. All right. So that's pretty good. It was suggesting very helpful things that made some sense. Copilot was doing good suggestions there. Update node. So this is going to be edit interactions. Export function. Update. And I'm going to say after edit. Okay, so next node is going to be spiel node. Then we got the spiel. Set revision function. Set modal dialog function. Okay. Now spiel has got some stuff there to update dialog, and let's just pass that in. Update dialog, and then we'll do next node. Line. Dialog. Do I have anything for emotion? Spiel, update. Huh. Doesn't look like I do. So I was trying to put methods inside of spiel that would allow me to update anything. Okay, there it is. Okay, update dialog. Where you got dialog? Huh. Okay, so I don't have anything to change the motion. I'm wrong. I can create the node, and then that emotion is set. But if I want to change the emotion, or the character for that matter. I could just get the current node and set it explicitly. Yeah, that works fine. That works just fine. I'm trying not to rely on trying not to rely coupled knowledge of the implementation. I do want to stick to the contract of it. Line. Character equals next node. Yeah, that. Okay. What's the issue? Because it could return null. That's what you're saying, right? Okay, const line equals spiel current node. This is not going to take me that long, which is kind of nice. Now, I just jinxed myself by saying that, but I think I'm right. Let's say line character equals next node line character. I might as well just do the same thing here. Line dialogue equals. Oh, I know why I had it this way though, because there is some extra logic there. Okay, cool. All right. Then I need to update revision for spiel. It's going to be spiel set revision, and that will handle everything related to saving, undo, redo automatically, and then this closes the dialog. Copilot, pretty smart. It's like popping in with set mobile dialog null, which is the next line I would have typed. Okay. And writer's doing its job of nagging at me about typos. Good job, both of you. It's like I'm working with a team of robots here. Okay, so is this functioning code? Let's, whoa, no, it's not. Okay, missing an import. Spiel screen, where you at? Pretty easy fix. Oh, update node after edit is what I end up calling it. Now let's try importing. Head up top, clean up my imports, gotta keep them clean. That's right, that's all good. Come back over to here. Now we compiling? Yes, we are. Okay. So let's see if I can make a change to one of these lines. Okay, I'll do an update. It worked. It works good. I should say it works well, to be grammatically correct. It's just water. Okay. So yeah, that's a pretty nice update there. Still got a half hour on the clock before I need to wrap up the session, so I should pick something else to do that I can also get done in a half hour. I think adding a line would be nice. The other thing I could do is figure out emotion, so you can set the emotion to something different. Okay. Let's see if I can figure out the emotion thing. I think I'm going to need something like spiel emotion util. There's conversions between different things. So do this. Import emotion from, that's not a real place to import from. SO web face is one place. Import, that's close to what I want to do. Emotion as spiel emotion from, yes, that's correct. Good guess. Wait, are you gonna not allow that? Oh, that's fine. Okay. So then we'll say export function. How does it know? What, the first thing it said was actually right, and then it changed to something else. Emotion to, yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. It's a bit of a hack, and I was thinking, yeah, I'll just move between the two enums that are declared redundantly by doing something like this. But I know how to do this better. Whoa. Since I know that they're the same, I can do just return emotion as spiel emotion, because they're the same. They are the same. We'll do spiel emotion to emotion. That should take care of that, and then you're complaining about which. Oh, is that true? Could be true. Okay. It is true. So export, yeah. You have a lot of moments like this with Copilot where I start thinking about what I want to write, and I go, pause, and then it just fills in exactly what I was going to write. It is like having your mind read. It's very strange. Eerie feeling. Okay. So back to here. You'll go away after I do a build. Alright, it might take a little bit longer than that. Okay. Come back to here. Yeah, I don't need to worry about that. If I come back over it. Oh. I mean, I think you built it. Okay, let's try the build here. Sometimes I get into issues with the dependency. Not building. That did successfully build. There are a couple of warnings it's giving that is probably worth fixing. So I'll go ahead and jump over there real quick. But I think you should be fine though, right? You should be fine. Come here. Yeah, you're compiling just fine. Okay, good for you. This is now fine up here too. No red squiggles. Okay. But the other thing I was complaining about was, what was it? Text console and text input dialog. Text input dialog. And it's another use effect warning. Default value. Okay. Okay. Emotion. Let's go back to my edit interactions. And not there. Let's go back to this guy. Okay. So we will also have emotion, set emotion equals use state emotion, and like that. And we'll do up here emotion as spiel emotion, and then import. Yep, just like you said. Okay, then down here, pass in emotion, const spiel emotion, gets a spiel emotion. Thank you. That seems like it will work. Okay. I'm not sure what your issue is here. Oh, it's probably this. Yeah. Okay. So then I need something to pick from the different emotions. And I'm wondering if I can reuse this other bit of UI that I've created previously. Selector is what I called it. Okay, I made one already for faces screen. I think I'll be not dry. Should I be dry? do have a faces common thing. Okay, what this call? Okay, view. I put that there. I'm gonna not be dry because there's already a dry part here with the selector, and the rest of this is just kind of saying I go back and forth on this. Okay, let's do it the nice way. Let's do it the dry way. Okay, so add a directory, I'll call it UI. And this one's called emotion selector. Okay, add TypeScript file, emotion selector, JSX. Just move it over here. Okay, and before I delete the old one, I want to see if the new one is going to work. Okay. Hey,
Yo,
what's going on?
come here to look for a wrench.
Okay, come on in. I will warn you, you might get on the camera, but it doesn't really matter that much.
Just looking for a wrench with a slightly larger head than this, so I can take out the shower head.
Okay. See if you can find something that red box there. It's okay to turn on the light too if you want.
This will work.
Cool. That was Nate. Okay, what's the issue? On click. Let me just take a look at this. What emotion selector? So things that are required: on click, on change. Disabled. Oh, well, okay. So let's just say on click equals set emotion. Okay. So if we do that, that's going to be character and then emotion. Okay. And then there's a thing like let's see, edit interactions. No, before I do that, let's just see what it looks like. Okay. So there's all my emotions. Let's see if that'll look better on a more typical display. Okay. I think that's probably good. I'm also thinking that before it's over, I'll end up having not a shared version between the two, but something a little bit different between the two. So I'm gonna not put just one copy of the code under faces common. I'll have a separate copy for spiel screen. Okay, so there's some other stuff too. Take this guy, copy it, and then delete. Go down to spiel screen, and that's going to be under. Yeah, I think in here is good. Add TypeScript, and what did I call it just a moment ago? A motion selector. Okay, I think I can get rid of onClick. Don't need onClick for this. And onClick in the selector can just go away, right? Yeah, it's not required. Okay. The other thing that I may put here later on is an emotion, which just means no change to whatever the emotion was previously. But for the moment, I don't need that. Okay. So let's get the plumbing set up so that it updates the node. Go to, let's see, selector. What was it called? Spiel dialogues. What else was there? Edit interactions. We want to change this so that we'll also set emotion. Okay, so line emotion equals, and then I'll do the conversion again. Emotion to spiel emotion. Yes, like that. Okay. On my edit screen, in the create node, it's got emotion. Okay, that all looks fine. I think I went the wrong direction on this conversion on the other side, so let's go back to there. It's the other way. Or actually, there's no conversion needed. We're just going between spiel nodes. Okay. That'll do it. Then there's also displaying the lines. Spiel emotion to parenthetical. Okay. Switch emotion. Come on, do a thing right here. Put them all out there. There are times when I want Copilot to hop in and do something, and it's just not ready for it. Although that's good. That's quite good. Do the rest. Yes. Do the rest. Keep going. Come on, don't make me think for myself here. Oh, you were doing good. Let me go find the list of them. Oh, there are emotion names here too. Yeah. I could just use these. They're not exported though from the library, so yeah. I'll just come back over. I'll come back over to this guy and continue as I was doing. Okay. So say, yeah, keep going. Keep going. I think it might be it. Do you get all 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Save me time. Default. Okay. So come back to the code that renders that. That's going to be spiel node view. Okay. Let's do last emotion. Emotion. Okay. So let's say if the current emotion does not equal last emotion, Okay. So then, gotta go to spiel nodes view. So we pass in this last emotion thing. Last emotion equals, and let's do emotion neutral. Okay. So that might be enough. That might be enough. So we'll change this to confused. Update. Yeah, I don't know. Did it actually change anything? Let's change the first one. Oh, you're still showing that. I'll have to remember to set that explicitly. Okay. Okay. No, okay, now I'm seeing what's happening. It did change the previous one. I just didn't notice it because I was expecting it to pop in a different place. So this guy I want to be on its own line. That's pretty easy. A couple things to fix. Dialogue. Parenthetical. Okay. Alright, so that adds those like that. And the other thing is in the dialogue, when you use effect is open, you need to set the emotion here. Okay. So then it's showing the emotion when it changes. If I didn't change, it's going to leave the emotion the same, so it's not adding extra information. Okay, if I come up here, it's got angry up above but afraid here. That does not seem right. Let me set it to confuse, see if it gets any better. Huh. Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, there's a bug there. I've got some more work to do, but I have ran out of time. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm just going to come back to it. Dang it. Is it just like a thinking update? Okay, so now it's on thinking. I'm going to do confused. Is it going to go to thinking here? No, I just don't. Yeah, I don't know the rhyme or reason of it, to be honest. Ooh. Unless. Oh. So many files. I'm like forgetting where everything is. Emotion util. That one. Yeah, go back to here. Do these match up? Afraid, amused, angry, confused, evil, happy, irritated, sad, suspicious. No, that's not it. Yeah, I'll just have to dig into it later, unfortunately. Hate that. Alright. So, stopping the stream. Gotta make dinner. Stopping, stopping, stopping.
We understand.